So thank you very much for introduction, me. It's very great honor to be here and present our company as well as the fintech in Japan. So before the deep dive into the fintech in Japan, please allow me to explain about our company itself and as well as our business target here in the European market. So I think that you are the, I assume that you are fintech experts. I don't need to mention a lot about our company, but SBI, the spin-off from SoftBank, and the largest online bank in Japan, the largest online stock trading exchange market in Japan, and challenging the fourth biggest bank in Japan currently, and one of the largest fintech investor in the world. So a lot of the information surrounded by company, but I would like to mention about our company. So I think I would like to request you and bring it back to home, the two things about our company. So very important words for our company. So entrepreneurship and the open alliance beyond open innovation. So first thing, entrepreneurship is, so we are it's a quite unique company as a Japanese company, which is exploring the kind of the entrepreneurship in each employee. So I'm one of them. And I established here in Berlin our company, so the SBI sister company here, to establish so to say, create a new industry here in Berlin. So it is encouraged, even encouraged to this kind of the job within our groups. So second thing, the open alliance beyond the open innovation. So open innovation is the term is not new. So for instance, if you collaborate with so large corporate collaborate with the startups, this term is key for the innovation. But we are at the moment trying to so actualize the open alliance by forming the alliance with a non-group company from the wide range of the industries. So we collaborate, for instance, with the Japan Airlines or SMBC, so as well as the real estate company. So yeah. So so I would like to move to the core part of this speech. So so I'm given to 10 minutes. I try to make my speech in contact through just taking up 3 topics. So first of the fintech now in Japan. So this is a bar chart indicating the increase of the investment cases as well as the investment volume in the fintech spaces in Japan from 2012 to today. So today is the first half year of this fiscal year. So as you can see, from 2012 until 2019, the investment volume as well as the numbers, the 2 figures have steadily increased, but knocked down especially the investment case last year. So I see that the trend. So that I think that last year so this is a timing for our Japanese fintech spaces to transform the current market into the new kind of the era for those industries. So this is the house map in the fintech speak in Japan. So the reason why I see the trend, so I think the decrease period from last year is that the Japanese market, fintech market is quite red ocean. So it became the red ocean. So if you talk about especially the payment or remittance, these spaces are the very chaotic with a lot of players. So including overseas players such as Amazon or Google or Alipay, as well as Starbucks, of course, and also existing large corporates such as from various kind of the wide spectrum of the industries, including logistic and EC, as well as telecommunication. So I forecast, or I predict that in next 2 or 3 years, kind of the consolidation or merger, as well as even withdrawal from the market is going to happen in the payment and remittance spaces. So I would like to probably that it makes sense that I should lead to the topics of panel discussion, the disruption. So actually, SBI is one of the disruptor. Even though that we are already a large corporate, but 20 years ago, due to the advancement of the internet revolution, so we combined our stock exchange business with the internet. So after that, we established the online bank as well as the online insurance company. It means that we don't have any physical branch still. So and we are challenging the established the large corporate such as I don't name it, but so in terms of the securities, stock exchange securities ties, the number of the securitized account in Japan, we have surpassed the existing large service providers with the number of the 5 million accounts this year. So I think this is the disruption. It depends on how to define the disruption, but if you define the disruption, kind of our effort from last decade, I think the disruption is happening already in Japan. It's not from the startups point, but also from the large corporate side. I think this is a quite interesting point if you compare with the European market. So second topic is I would like to mention about fintech. Fintech is quite wide, broad sense. So I covered in this occasion that only the banking service. So we are doing, of course, the online bank in Japan. And if you look at back at the last 5 or 6 years, I'm questioning about myself that what kind of the added value for the mobile bank or online bank. So if you think about this kind of the question, I would say that how to make the banking services frictionless. So it's I think one of the most important element to think about the development in terms of the banking servicing online. So basically, almost all people doesn't or are not interested in the banking service. Let's say the loan or payment or I don't know, yeah, stuff like that. But it brings no or less fun. So the next step for the banking service will be, I assume or I anticipate that much more fun and much more social responsibility. I think these two key terms would be the so to say driving force to bring the mobile banking or online banking step further. So for instance, if I think for instance, I think there is already the kind of a service which are provided by the mobile banking in all over the world, and not only Japan but as well as Europe. So, for instance, how to save money with gaming function, or how to combine with fintech with health tech. I mean, if you purchase the products or foods by mobile bank, the calories, how much calories of those products or let's say cheese or sugar will be synchronized to the information on the smartphone interface, stuff like that. So I think it would be those efforts should be more cultivated in the future. Then regarding social responsibility, so I name it, but I think you know this German bank, Tomorrow Bank. I think this bank is quite advanced in terms of the exploring or pursuing the social responsibility. So the CO2 reduction or carbon offset effort. So it's interesting that that this bank, of course, received the interchanges from the seller side in certain amount of money, but this money goes not to the bank directly, but money goes to the donation or contribute to the climate change project, which is quite remarkable and striking for I think as a bank itself. So last point I would like to mention is STO. So STO is actually this is one of our presentation which are now trying to make a great effort. So STO stands for the security token offering. So security token is actually the offering. So stock. So to create a new kind of the financing alternative. So I think this is a quite groundbreaking in terms of the financing for startups, but this effort is still not beyond the POC level. So we are struggling to collaborate with international partners, but for instance, so startup has a kind of the stock or the financial asset such as stock, deliverables, or loan, or IP, or copyright. So they can, change these assets into the stock. So token. So I think this is great. It's good. It should be the great market as a trading. So we are thinking about the two type of the market. One is the primary market for just issuing this token, but also the secondary market for trading between the token holders. So that the market should be bigger than the current financing, just cash and equity. So I think time is off. The last thing that I would like to mention is that so this year we have SBI have established a fund registered in Europe to invest in or to contribute to the European industrialization. So Industry 4.0. Which is actually never overlap to our basic or fundamental business in Japan. But as a large corporate, we are struggling to diversify the business field. So so we cannot say anymore that we are standing on in the financial branches. So simply because we are doing also the biotech business in Japan or globally. So we are now beyond our existence in the financial branches. So I'm very, very happy and very, very excited to be here. What kind of the contribution to the European market as a SBI Group to achieve. So yeah, thank you very much for your attention.